Councilor Schuler is moving option B. The recommendation is the council hereby recognizes the need for an impartial party and therefore requests the director or designate of the Alcohol and Gaming Commission of Ontario, AGCO, to review and determine the eligibility of the Friends of Crystal Beach to hold a lottery license in the town of Fort Erie. And further, the council hereby waives sections 8.1-8.4 of Gaming Policy Bylaw number 185-2000 as amended, respecting the appeal process. That recommendation is on the floor for comments or questions. Councilor Schuler.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I recognize option B as the most logical and impartial option at this point in time. It speaks to transparency and to fairness. You have seven very dedicated individuals that come together on a monthly meeting, that being the Gaming Corporation. We have a whole process that's in place. I think that predicated on the fact that there are no charges or no cost associated to kicking this up to the higher authority, that this is the proper place to go and to do this, and it will serve the best needs of all the people of the town of Fort Erie, and will give any party the most practical and logical decision. So at this point in time, that's why I'm moving option B, and I encourage my fellow councilors to do that based on transparency.
Thank you, Councilor. Anyone else like to speak on that recommendation? Councilor Luberts.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Unfortunately, I forgot to bring my bylaw with me for the Alcohol and Gaming Commission, but just looking at what I see here in the bylaw, it clearly states that any licensee has the right to appeal. And what's happening here is if we approve this, we're going against the bylaw, and we're refusing to give the Friends of Crystal Beach an appeal. I don't know what the process is with the Alcohol and Gaming Commission of Ontario in regards to what they're reviewing, and if they're going to be reviewing this complaint, do the Friends of Crystal Beach have the opportunity to explain their views? As stated in our bylaw, they would be able to present to the committee how they feel, and then our gaming officer in this town here would be able to state the committee's side of the story. So when I'm looking at this here, I'm seeing that what we're doing here is we're eliminating the Friends of Crystal Beach's opportunity to appeal, which is clearly states in the bylaw. And then the second that, are we waiving, I'd like to read sections 8.1 and 8.4 tonight before we go any further on making this your recommendation.
I'll ask either Ms. Kett or Ms. Salter if they can comment on Councilor Lubert's concern there. I believe, if I heard you right, Councilor, that your concern is currently the way the bylaw states the Friends of Crystal Beach have an appeal process through the appeal committee. Your inquiry would go to whether or not they still have that right to appeal if we approve this recommendation tonight and send it to the AGCO. Is that correct?
No, they've already filed an appeal in regards to their licensing. Their license being revoked. They've already filed the appeal. So now what we're doing is, if we approve this here, we're denying them their appeal. And the bylaw says that they have a right to appeal. I'm not questioning whether they won't be able to appeal the AGCO's decisions. I don't think they have an appeals process with them.
Ms. Salter or Ms. Kett, can you comment on that?
Through you, Mr. Chairman, to Councilor Luberts, the intent, I believe, is for the director of the GCO to act as the appellant body to hear the appeal. We can make that clear. I can suggest an amendment to the recommendation to make that clear. So what the option B is suggesting that rather than council, the committee of council, the Gaming Appeals Committee hearing the appeal, it would be directed to the director of the AGCO to, in in essence, hear the appeal. So you're quite correct, the Friends of Crystal Beach would have an opportunity to present their case to the director, and likewise, Mr. Wilson on behalf of the Community Gaming Corporation. And then the director or designate would consider the presentations, any submissions, the criteria in determining eligibility, and render a decision.